Okay. So yeah, this is my little single player one. And what I've basically done, hatches, a single hatch needs 12 tiles of space before it gets overcrowded. So what I've done on here is basically given them 16 tiles of space. And at the minute, that's just to fit in a critter feeder plus a grooming station. Now, I've got my hatches in a sterile area, so I don't need to refrigerate the eggs. So I've just been saving up the eggs. I've not actually cooked any of them. But my plan is in the future, the reason I've left space in here is to put in sweeper arms. So that sweeper arms will be able to drop off the food and also collect the eggs and the coal. That is the plan. So I'll probably do something similar to this in our stream base and see if it is functional. Because I'll end up getting further ahead in my stream base than my single player base. Because honestly, I stream more Oni than I play single player as a rule. So this sort of layout seems to be all right. You know, we get the stable bonus. Rancher can just hop across here, no problem, and get to every room. So that's what I went for, and it seems to be working all right. I mean, we've got quite a few eggs in here, and it's just again one hatch per room. Very happy. Seems okay. Other than that, this is all the animal husbandry stuff I've done so far. I do have puffs floating around my base, just wild, but I haven't really done much with them. I did, however, do a cooling system, which I'm probably going to do something similar in the stream base. But this has only just been set up. Basically, a room cooled with granite on the conveyor belts to regulate the temperature of the base, which is quite nice. So we'll probably do something like this on the stream base. The idea is to just have a couple of these rooms dotted around with a single wheeze wart. I'll do another one over here eventually when I move my toilets. And it keeps the base sort of nice and cool. At the moment it's a bit warm because it's still priming, but... So yeah, we'll probably do something like this in our stream base. And you can see she has no problems getting between room to room. Bit short on oxygen light, but yeah, I wanted to make sure that I kept this. I wanted to make sure I kept them as stables, so that they stay happier for longer, and you know, my rancher isn't quite as busy then as well. So that's the plan. And I might hatch some more of these and do another layer of it. I don't know yet, but we'll probably do something like this in our base. I just thought I'd show you that. It's about as far as I've done really. You always make a suit on one side. That's a really good idea. Have a go in an exosuit. I like that, Leppy. That's a really good idea. Yep, that's a really good idea. I like that. This is why we keep you around, Leppy. Yeah, she's in an exosuit. You can stay in there. She could probably do all the hatches in one fell swoop. Once a day. That would be good. Do animals need O2? No, Nalish, no. I love the way the hatches smile when they're groomed. Have you seen how they give birth, Bunk? They give birth out of their mouths. I put some pictures on Discord yesterday. They give birth, they flip upright and give birth out of their mouth. It's fucking crazy. I've just been raiding the door. Raising the door a tile or two so hatches can't walk out. Yeah, I mean, you could just do a big long thin room and have it so they've got 12 tiles each. I'll see if I can show you on this then, Bung. They basically just need... Oh. So hello. Your sub just came up, buddy. Thank you very much again. Thank you, bud. I've already thanked you, but I'll thank you again. How about that? Yeah, you could just do like what we've done here and just have a room with a couple of hatches in, but it's because they need 12 tiles each. You'd end up having a massive room, a big tall room would probably be the best way to do it. But I went for little separate chambers for each hatch because I kind of liked it. I don't know if any of these are going to give birth anytime soon. This one will. 81%. I'll keep him selected, we'll keep an eye on him. This hatch is getting wrangled, which is fine. He can go up here. We do have lots of hatches. I've tried to capture them all. Everyone that we've found. We've had quite a few on this this map. I know it doesn't matter so much anymore, but fuck. His happiness needs to go up more, doesn't it? Need to get his happiness up. Rancher. Be a rancher. So folks, good evening. How are you? What's your system for greenhouses? It depends on the crop, really. Slime are obviously pretty easy. Obviously there have been changes to the sweeper arms recently, so I've not really built all that many systems since they've made sweeper arms not be able to pass through certain tiles now again. Do I want another dupe at the minute? 12 supply dig file. 4 strength. I do like that. Yeah, we're taking G. We're taking G. And she's going to be an actual farmer for now. Right. Yeah, the change to sweeper arms I've not really played with much yet, so I don't know how it's going to cock up my my greenhouses really. But normally just make sure you've got enough room to have a sweeper in there to deliver and collect everything. I don't normally worry too much about the fertilisation bonus because I find it a bit shit. You need Liam. Always Liam, no matter his traits. Just for the hair. Just for the blue hair, is that what you're telling me? Life, by the way, you said you want to put sweeper arms, but isn't it more effective than to merge those rooms? You did. 2 into 1. So 1 sweeper arm for 2 hatches. It would decrease the number of sweeper arms by half, which means less power usage, but still the same result. No, that's not true, Leppy. It won't decrease the power usage at all. So having 6 sweeper arms or 1 sweeper arm is the same amount of power usage, because they still have to transfer the same amount of material. It's exactly the same. It's a negligible difference, probably, because then you've got the efficiency of how much of a packet it's picking up. But it's negligible, honestly. Like, I've done like massive builds of sweeper arms, and they've never overloaded the circuit, for example, because they're on for such a brief period. But if you were playing purely for efficiency rather than aesthetics, totally. I like things to be symmetrical and pretty. Well, yeah. So they only use power for the period they're working. Exactly, yeah. Same with the loaders. They only use power when they're moving something onto the conveyor. If they're not actually moving anything, they're inactive, they don't use anything. The only plant fertilizer might be good for would be sleet wheat due to its long growth time. Yeah, probably. Although I'd be tempted to just put more sleet wheat down. Because I mean 20 cycles... Is it 20 cycles now? It's pretty brutal. I mean, to be fair, I normally just exist off leaving as much sleet wheat wild as I can. And harvesting that as and when. Yeah, you're probably right though. Welcome to stream, by the way, Pet Aglio. You've caught me as I'm having my tea, I'm afraid. These are good chips. These are good chips. Really good. I never looked into it since I always had big power plants and never cared. The only reason I know is from tinkering with really small circuits and really small bases. I did a thing a while back where I tried to see how much I could do with 1K wires and ignoring going to bigger wiring altogether. And you'd be surprised what you can get through without your wires overloading. It's actually quite a lot. Right. I don't really want to be living off mush bars anymore, because look how much water we've pissed through since we've been living on them. So I want to get this dug out. We're going to up the priority on this to a 7. this is going to be where I'm going to start putting down my mushroom farm for now. And then we'll start clearing this up, getting all this water dropped down, and we'll get that pumped out. That is the dream. Okay, I can't look at you eating anymore. Back in a bit, gotta eat something. Sorry, Leppy. See you in a bit, buddy. Okay. So this is going pretty slowly because at the minute they're moving slime from here. Every time they dig a piece of slime, they take it from there and move it up here. Just slowing me down a little bit, but it should mean that I don't have too much of a problem with germs up here. 4,000 or 5,000 germs is negligible again. Although Camille is still shit. Let's keep an eye on Camille. Have you found any of the other geysers? How they look like? I found a few in my other game. On this one, we have found a couple, but we've not dug them out yet. So I've got one here that we just found. I don't know what it is yet, but we'll have a look as soon as I drop this water down. On my other game, I found hydrogen geysers and iron geysers. So I believe a well-planned power transformer system is essential. Totally sloshed. Got to make sure you've got that utility closet, as I call it. Like, I like to do them either at the top and bottom of my base or down the sides of the base with batteries and transformers. You can never have too many circuits running through your base, really. And it just makes laying things out so much easier if you can just pull a wire off horizontally and boom, you've got your, 2 kilowatts or whatever. It's so much easier. So yeah, I'm itching to try and do more things at the minute, but I need to just let them dig and stuff, so I'm going to take this opportunity to eat. Yeah, I was a big advocate in trying to get people to use banks for like dedicated, as I say, what I call like a utility cavity, if you like. In the early days when it first came out, people used to slap down transformers everywhere all over the base where they needed them, and it's just not efficient. It doesn't look good either. It's a nightmare to do your wiring if you do that. I like my base to look like a circuit board when I get to the end of it. Right, guys, you're about to watch a guy with a beard eat a burger. I'm sorry for what you're about to see.
You're being really dramatic over eating a burger.
I'm not.
You are?
There's sauce all over my beard. I can feel it already.
I can't see on it.
It's mine. You can't have it.
I don't want it.
You can't have it.
I'm just saying I can't see anything apart from the phone. What's that?
No.
Oh.
I'm not wiping it away.
Good. Done.
It's the battle scars of a good burger. Actually, I don't have any stuff.
Give me some.
So yeah, once we get all this dug out and get some mushrooms down, that'll fix all of our food then. We can stop living off meal lice and mush bars. Oh, thank you, baby. I like beer, guys. Just keeps the morale up. Camo, good evening, mate. How's it going? Separate vertical cavity for transformers and heavy wire can save many headaches in the long term. It doesn't even necessarily need to be vertical. Vertical's a nice way of doing it. One of the first bases we played on the first update where they were introduced, we did it with a massive vertical cavity on both sides of the base. Since then, I quite like doing them as horizontal, one at the bottom of the base, one at the top of the base. I'm guessing both my toilets are out of order for a minute. Son of a bitch. Where was the other peep? I'm guessing it was here. You bastards. Yeah, I quite like doing one at the top of the base and one at the bottom of the base. The reason being, I normally like to spread my power out to different parts of the base. But it's sort of changed then every colony I play. You hear that beer guys are common during Oktoberfest and St. Paddy's Day. Power should be cubed. Only in your bases, Max. With your Borg cubes. Okay. So, again, I'm just going to leave him to dig all this shit out. I wonder how our hatch is getting on, by the way. If he's laid another egg. Let's see, reproduction 28, 27, 97. Okay, let's watch this guy for a bit. Just whilst I eat. Each map will have all the 18 geysers. No, dummy. You get a random assortment. You get a random amount. There's people on the forums that are posting seeds. Because it is so random. And people often don't like starting a colony unless they know exactly what they've got, which I don't really like, but, you know, each to their own. There's a thread on the forums where people are posting seeds where it's like, this seed has a chlorine geyser, a slush geyser, and you know, and they'll list everything it's got. I quite like the total random element of it. I have no idea what we've got in this world. I don't think I'd like to play it if I knew exactly what I had, to be honest. I quite like it being totally random. Okay, it's at 99%, guys. Keep an eye on them. Keep an eye on him. He's gonna blow. And I promise you, it will surprise you if you've not seen it before. Because he literally vomits an egg. A lot of the fun is dealing with the unknown. Exactly, monkey fingers. That's how I feel anyway. And it's normally what shapes your colony. That's why I didn't like it when they changed the geysers to the 2-2-1. Like going back some months now. Come on. I'm gonna slow this right down now. It's gonna poop an egg any second. A lot of fun is here in life, get pissed off because something's in the way. Only if it's a stupid pointless ruin. Oh, here he goes! I love that. I actually love that. And there is our egg. Let's make an omelette. Delicious. Ew. I love it. That animation is something else. I agree. I love it. I think that was bigger than him. Yeah. I agree. Yeah, these are terrible. I don't think we really need to rush for any more troops at the minute. We've got lucky 13. We'll leave that for now. Okay. I need this done. I want to explore this geyser. And I want to get some mushrooms in. We could actually start laying, excuse me. We could start laying some of, let's see. We'll do it like 5 and then a couple of gaps and then 5. A couple of gaps. And then we'll do the same. I know I don't need to leave this much height, but it's so that any polluted oxygen that's down here can flow away, basically. So we'll do it like that. Yeah, that'll be fine. We'll get this done. And then these can be mesh tiles. What's going on? Okay. Yeah, we can just dig these out all together. You can hop over there. And then we'll get you to go as well. Cool. The random events increases the replay value exponentially. Yeah, not only that, and also you start the game. Like if you have a really hard start to the game, it totally shifts how you progress. And like as I say, this start to this current playthrough is probably one of the roughest I've had, and I've played 1900 hours this game now. Yeah. It poops coal and barfs eggs. Yes. What's your tips for digging out the slime biome? I had to take some to school right before you started. Basically, make sure you've got somewhere for your slime to be stored. You can see at the moment our immunity, apart from 1 or 2 people, Camille is one of our couriers, so she's often in the slime area, but the most of our dupes are at like nearly 100%. The key is, as soon as they mine some slime, store it somewhere. So up here at the north of the base, we've got some slime compactors underwater. These are where our slime is stored immediately. So as soon as they dig some slime, rather than it sitting on the floor for ages, like this piece is not being picked up because of it's night time, but rather than it all sitting here on the floor just making loads and loads of germs, we're picking it up straight away. So there's not actually that many germs down here. Like 2,000 germs is nothing. And then eventually we'll cool our compactors, or we'll gas them so that we get rid of all the slime lung. That's how I normally deal with it. How does it, do the birds and the bees? It's asexual, Camo. It rubs itself up against a pile of coal and then a baby hatch is born. That's how it works. Why are you judging it? How dare you? How very dare you? Right. Oh, you're very welcome. Don't worry about it. Anything you want to ask, feel free. You just have to know that it might come through a mouth of burger. Chlorine, that slime lung. Yeah, generally. I like to fill compactor rooms with chlorine. That's probably the easiest way. But as I say, with the compactors that have got all your slime in, a nice easy way is, especially if there's a bit of water nearby, is just cool the water down. It's one of the reasons why I kind of want to find, like, I've not actually seen one yet, but a slush geyser. One of the new guys is a slush geyser that gives you polluted water at minus 10 degrees. That shit'd be handy. That'd be really handy. Okay. So this shit here can all go to like priority 5. I want this done first. I'm definitely going to start making so many mush bars for a bit, because honestly, we're just pissing through water. And then we'll start getting some mushrooms planted. I'll start getting them planted now. Never seen that one, been hoping. Yeah, me too. I honestly don't know what the ratios of them, like the weights and what decides what geysers you get. I don't know if there's any like maths to it, or if it's just totally random. Okay. Now, the reason I built it like this, by the way, is just because carbon dioxide is going to naturally find its way down here. The only gas that's going to be escaping here, realistically, is polluted oxygen and anything we might encounter down here. Which means that it can flow away through the mesh tiles and get away from our mushrooms. And it just gives us a really easy early game food supply. And it's a good way of getting rid of some slime as well. Like a lot of this slime that we're digging up, they'll start picking up and putting straight into the mushrooms and things like that. Which is quite handy. Quite handy. And I do still feel like mushrooms are one of the best foods in the game. How was your food, baby?
Tasty, it's all gone.
All gone?
Mm-hmm.
What did you have?
Same as you. Delicious.
They do a good burger, that place. They really do. Can you see the temperature over there? Yeah, of course you can, buddy. Hold on.
Excuse me.
Temperature overlay at the moment. We've got a couple of hot spots in the base. We've still got our deoxidizers. Our algae deoxidizers. But we've got a single Weezewort and our only battery. And that's just keeping everything ticking over, really. That's where we're at the minute. In fairness, I've kept a lot of the mass in the base still. Normally we'd have dug a lot of this out by now. But all this is like 20 odd degree, you know, mass. This is like a perfect heat sink in the base. So I've left all this just where it is. Yeah, it doesn't seem too bad. Again, I want to check out what this is over here. And I want to get this dug out as soon as possible as well. Because we might well have some cooling options or, you know, something fun to play with there. Okay. Okay, we're so close to getting this done now. And then I don't have to worry about food. In the process as well, we're getting a shitload of gold and a bit of algae, and I say we're getting algae, they're whacking it straight into the algae deoxidizers in fairness, but we need it anyway. We've still got 5 spores left. So let's whack some of these in here. And I might rip these out now. How much dirt? We've got 75 tons. Yeah, I think we'll rip these out now.